Yo, what the business is, it's ModdaGoat back with another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I drop some heat on you, alright? Not just a ModdaGoat radio, alright? Anything. You'll be notified. Get it, got it, good. Alright, let's jump to this story, this sad, unfortunate story. I posted on my community wall, when that was, yesterday? Of a story of a girl named Tasia. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I never really heard it said before. Fortune, right? She was 29, coming out of Jackson, Mississippi. Her body was found on the 3rd, but she was identified as herself on the 6th. Now, I did read over her mama said that, hey, man, you know, if people were trying to say this was a, you know, a self thing, I don't want to say the word, but a self thing, you know, she was like, man, my daughter wouldn't do that. She hadn't saw her daughter in a minute too. From my understanding, she didn't see her daughter for a minute because she lived, you know, in another place. She did see her for like a family event or a family reunion or something like that not too long ago, but that's real unfortunate. I'm praying for the family, the friends, everybody involved about this, all right, before I put my mouth on this. Now, her body was sent to the Mississippi State Medical Examiner, you know, to tell how she died, what was her manner of death. So as of now, I think a lot of people in the streets and on the, you know, internet is saying, you know, this may be self-inflicted. It's not. We trying to get ahead of the train of them saying that it is because we know their reputation. But I don't think the authorities of Mississippi came out, you know, no officials came out and said anything about it being that. So let's just get that correct real quick. And it's always funny though how one thing happened in Mississippi, then boom, another one, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a cover. I don't know what's going on. I ain't gonna say a cover, but it's so much. And people starting to pick it up, internet starting to pick it up, and you know, it's just highlighting on how much tragedy happens within our community, you know, so often that it felt like water just rolling off a duck back. And that's pretty unfortunate, man. Jackson Councilman, now this is the interesting part. Jackson Councilman, his name is Kenneth Stokes, has called for federal assistance with the investigation. I won't put up a picture. We just gonna straight talk, all right? So he called for federal assistance. So he went over his state and he went and just stepped over them because he know that he know off jump how hanging from a tree and all this other stuff, you know, in Mississippi, he know their reputation. He know that you can't play around with this. He need to know the motive behind the person. He need to find the person, the motive behind the person. He needs to explain everything or it's going to be up and stuck, you know, again for them. New developments, though, from what we learned from yesterday, a little bit later in the day, it's this guy named Terence Anderson. Now, they saying this is her alleged boyfriend or lover or something like that. I don't really know. Can't confirm that. But detectives interviewed him in connection with Tasia's death. And according to them, he had an argument with the girl, but he denied, you know, anything dealing with her death. He denied that. And what's real crazy is he's currently in custody. They got him locked up. But it ain't for her death. It's for something totally different. He was facing like a felony or something like that in possession of a firearm, you know, firearm charge. But he ain't been charged for the killing of her, you know. So that's crazy. That is wild, you know. And this is a black man. As far as my eyes can see, I'm gonna say a black man. I'm saying a black man. We need to be careful about calling everybody a black man too, because you know where are you really from, you know. But you hanging out in Mississippi, I think you damn black. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he looks like appearance wise, he looks like a black man. He does. So that's another hook and swing to this story, you know. And as I see it, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Now this is just me and my emotions. We don't usually do stuff like that. Hang from a tree. Have you ever known somebody? Why would we go through that? That's like a ritual thing. And I saw this woman talking about it. This white lady talking about it. It was old, ancient. I mean, she looked old. She looked 275 years fucking old. And she was talking about it the other day, but I got a little piece of it. Then I went off that shit. I don't want to hear no damn white people talking about no damn hanging from trees and shit like that. But she was speaking on, it was like it's ritualistic. Duh, right? Duh, to them. So well, it was in their culture, So that's wild. I don't believe this story. And then to even bring him to the forefront, he's in jail for something already. Bring him into the forefront, but that's questioning. That's not investigating him. They just questioning him, But I ain't heard nothing about no ties or nothing like that. His storyline, his alibi, and all of that. There you have that. Yeah, a black woman in Mississippi being found hanging from a tree. It naturally just brings up pain in the history and distrust for any of us. This is my question for y'all though. And I wrote this down. I want to say it correctly because I did write it down. So my main question here is, how are black people supposed to wait patiently for the facts when history has taught us not to blindly trust the system? That's why our antennas up, That's why our antennas are up right now, especially in Mississippi, especially with this story. So this is getting more widespread. We can't forget about the other cases that came up that was widespread, and we can't forget about the little cases that didn't get the widespread attention, Everybody need to be a damn Ida B. Wells around this motherfucker right now. Catch what you can and what you can't, so hopefully somebody else catch it. Put some eyeballs on it, Yeah, that's just the story on that. I just want to come to y'all with that, man. I appreciate y'all listening in. If you're new to the channel, again, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell so you'll be notified. We'll be notified every time something happens. Or hit me up in my email, man, if you want me to talk about something. This is just what I see strolling through my phone, you know what I'm saying? Or scrolling through my phone, you know what I'm saying? Or strolling these YouTube streets. Or look at the media. But I guess I am the media. How about that? We finna flip it. We are the media. Fuck it. We doing the research. Let's get it.